Hi there guys, and welcome to part 3 of my train simulator tutorials. This one is going to be a quick one about RWTools. Okay, this is a program that is freely available on UKTS. Now before anybody goes, I'm not waiting in the download queues for UKTS, pay £3, right, for your 1 month. This program is worth £30. Okay, so pay £3, download it instantly, and then download all the other stuff you've been wanting to get in a month. I probably buy 2 or 3 months a year. I'll just buy it when I need something. It's £3, less than a pint of beer these days. And if any of you know a pub that you can get a pint for less than £3, and I want to know about it. So anyway, RWTools. What I'm going to be doing here is swapping out some stock. That's all I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be swapping out one loco for another loco. So it'll be like I might not have something or other, and I want to swap it with something I do have. So this is how we do it. So open it up, click scenario. Then we're going to go to edit scenarios. Now let me pick something I know that I've not got everything in for. So let's say, I know for a fact I haven't got one of these, the Northern Bell one, because I tried the scenario earlier. So you see I clicked on Harrogate Loop, and I clicked on Glasgow Central, Harrogate, Northern Bell, 1 Zulu, 1 7. So that's the name of the scenario. So this is how the scenarios show up. So black scenarios are standard, I think. Pinks I can't remember, and greens are quick drives. Blues are free roam, if I remember rightly. So once you've picked the one you want to do, hop on over to edit selected scenario. Okay, and you'll see some of these are red and some of these are black. So the current driven consist shows up here, and that is 1 Zulu 1 7. So I'm going to look on here for 1 Zulu 1 7. So it's here, because I'm going to click on this and it's going to tell me, bang, you don't have that 47 reskin installed. Are you ready? You don't have any of these installed, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to swap most of these out. That's weird because I do have the Mark II pack installed. Anyway, we won't worry about it for now. So what we're going to do is I'm going to change the 47 on the front, and I'm going to change the 47 on the back. So I'm going to change this to, let's say I want to make it a 67. Alright, so all these folders down here are your developer folders. So whoever made the train you want to swap it with, you need to know their name. So whether it is going to be Armstrong Powerhouse, whether it's going to be Just Trains, whether it is going to be so RSC and DTG are the same thing. RSC was the older version, and even before that was Kuju. So we're going to go into RSC, and we're going to look for Class 67 pack. I'm just going to pick 01. Then I'm going to click on Rail Vehicles, and I know it's diesel, so I want a diesel, and I know I want a Class 67. So then what I'm going to do is come up to this box here, click Diesel, find available rolling stock, and then I'm going to swap it out for that one. Alright, so you can see I now have 47 clicked up there and the 67 clicked there, right? Next thing I want you to do is down here on the bottom left, it says do not change numbers when swapping stock. Untick that. Right, here you go. So I've got these two up here, that box is unticked. All I'm now going to do is click swap selected items. Done. Alright. And then I'm going to put another 67 on the rear. So I'll click on the 47 there, and I'll stick this executive one on. So it's that one, and I'm swapping it for this one. Alright. So again, swap selected items. So now I have a 67 on the rear and a 67 on the front. Next thing we're going to do is going to look at some of these Mark IIs. So what I'm going to swap these out with, what should we swap these out with? Let's go to Assets. Let's go to AP Wagons. Oh, I don't seem to have the Mark II pack installed. That's silly of me. Okay, let's go to Assets. Let's go to DTG. Let's go to let's say we want to swap it out with Royal Coaches, or whatever we've got in here. So I'd literally click passenger, find available rolling stock. So I've got, I can change into it. That's nice. Right on my street, we'll change into a mail train. So what we can do here to show you this is we've got a few of the same coach in here, right? So if you were swapping these out with another set of Mark II just in a different livery, but say you had a BSO, you could swap it out with BSO. So what we'll do is we'll just swap that out with that. But then when we get to these Mark II Es, these first opens, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it for the Guards Road Express Systems. And I'm going to put swap all identical. Alright, so it's going to look for all the AP Mark II first opens in Northern Bell livery, and it's going to swap all of those in that consist with the Guard Mail RES livery, right? Swap all identical. Give it a second, there it's done it, and you'll see we still have that missing, so we'll swap that out as well. And we now have that we need to swap out as well. Right, so we now have that scenario is not the Northern Bell anymore, it's a top and tailed mail train. It's just an example I'm using here. Alright, next thing you need to do is save changes. Okay, save changes. Saved. Alright, that's very simply swapped out the stock of that scenario. So now if we go into the scenario, when train sim decides to load up, and we go to drive, standard. Right, still thinks it's the Northern 47 and all of that. Don't worry about that. Click start. Now, using RWTools to swap things out can cause issues. Don't get me wrong, it is not foolproof. It is not foolproof. I'll also do another video on doing it within the editor, and not just through RWTools. When it decides to load. Here we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. Love a loading screen on Train Sim, don't we? I do like it now. It's not as dynamic as it used to be. It used to give you loads of adverts and all sorts of rubbish. I prefer it being pretty static. There is actually ways of changing these, believe it or not. There are people that have changed them quite often. I used to have one that was advertising super elves actually at one point. Oh, sod's law, we get a dump. Brilliant. So it would have worked. It would have worked. That's not caused by that. I should have tested the scenario actually ran before I showed you it. The other thing I can show you in RWTools very quickly is let's just do something really simple then. Let's go to that. Let's pick that one. So again, if you look, we are 1 Sierra 25. So we find 1 Sierra 25. We've got the Class 91 up there. So this is one of the new ones from BH Reskins. But again, just to swap that out, I'll show you through again. Now, you know the reskins by BH Reskins, but that's not where you're looking for these, okay? One thing to be aware of. Just because the reskin is by someone doesn't mean it's in their folder. So you see I've got a BH Reskins folder here. It's not in there. Alright, it's in wherever the base model is. So this was for the 91. So this is in DTG. And this is 91... Is it DTG or was it RSC? No, it's 91 Pack 02, the DTG one. So I'm going to go to Rail Vehicles, Electric, Class 91, Electric, find available rolling stock. Alright, so now I'm going to change this for 91 114. So it was just the basic, now it's 114. Alright, save changes to that. And let's hope this scenario runs without a dump. Dumps are part and parcel of Train Sim. See, most people would have edited that out and gone, oh, that video is a fail. No, that's real life. That is what happens in Train Simulator. You will spend hours sorting something out. You go and run it and the thing will just dump and dump and dump and dump and it just won't work. It just happens. It just happens. Now, what I would now do is to fix that dump is I would go back, re-download the scenario and start again in RWTools, and I'd change it from what I did. It's just what I would do, but there's various ways. People do all sorts of different things. It was Alan, King's Cross, Edinburgh. So it's just a standard VTEC on the front. Now it should be 114. If this one doesn't dump on us, which is always a possibility. It's always a possibility. Usually Chris's scenarios are pretty reliable. The other thing to remember about dumps is it might work on one person's PC and not the other, and it could be that you've got a lower spec PC but it actually is the higher spec PC it dumps on. There is no rhyme or reason to it until somebody actually pulls their finger out and finds a way to be able to read dump files. So there we go, we now have 114 Durham Cathedral on the front. Simple as that. Alright then guys, thank you very much for watching. If you do want any tech support and tech help, please head over to the Facebook page. Alright, I've got hundreds of guys on there that are Facebook geniuses. I did that on part 1 as well, didn't I? That are Train Simulator geniuses. They'll be able to help you out with anything you need, and I will help as well. Please remember though, when asking, manners cost nothing. Make sure you've read the manuals. Manners cost nothing. Manuals and readme is really important. With RWTools, I'm not brilliant with it, but there are some geniuses out there. I can swap stuff out basically, and that's about it. So once again guys, thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.